Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Let's talk about Christmas giving and charity in the Philippines. I'm not sure what country you're from. I know a lot of my subscribers are from America, U.S., Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, different customs. But anyway, here in the Philippines, Christmas is a big thing. It's a Christian nation, and Christmas giving, decorations, and we do within the family. I'm married now, and even before I was married, we would give gifts to various family members, and interesting time. But as far as the giving outside of the family, I've lived in 6 different condominiums, and I've talked to different foreigners. Do you tip? Do you give Christmas tips to the staff in the condos or your subdivision? People that you deal with on a regular basis, and some do, some don't. I had a friend some years ago. Him and his girlfriend put on a pizza party instead of giving Christmas tips to the workers. They put on and he just had a studio. He put on ordered several different pizzas, and the various staff could come up and get some pizza and some drinks throughout the day. Soda, I think, soft drinks, not alcoholic drinks, but that's one way to do it. I lived at one condominium, and I asked them, what about tipping? They said, well, if you want to tip, put whatever you're going to put into an envelope and give it to the admin, and they will use it to put on a Christmas party for everyone. So yeah, it's not required. I don't know if it's always expected. I have had certain people, month or two before Christmas, they start hinting around. Even I've used a hobble driver. Didn't even know the guy a couple different times in November, December, and they asked me right out, how about a Christmas tip? How about a Christmas tip? You know, even taxi drivers, Merry Christmas. And I just because I'm in the same area a lot, sometimes I use the same taxi drivers. I usually tip them a little bit anyway. If it's go a little bit over what the meter says. But I have tipped a number of different times in condominiums. A couple times I have not, just because it was more of it wasn't really a personal relationship with the group of people, and really didn't see them that often, in and out. But yeah, it's kind of a personal decision. Once you do it, once you start tipping a certain amount, and then the next year, if you don't, is that taken as a little bit of an offense? Possibly. Anyway, I'm walking. I visited a friend, had coffee with a friend up by JY Square Mall, an older, smaller mall up in La Hogue, kind of north of IT Park a bit. And I am walking back I'm going to walk back to Isla, and then back on home up to the Uptown area. And I've taken a number of videos. Tricky crossing the road here, because it's not, a lot of people cross the road here, but it's not really doesn't have a crosswalk sign, doesn't have lights with the walk signs, that type of thing. Another thing you'll find is, especially in the cities, I'm not sure about the smaller towns, but where the poor congregate, and you always have kids and even different adults with their hands out, begging, asking money. In the Christmas season, even started a month or two ago. There's a lot more poor people coming into the city. Some of them are from the south, Mindanao. The taxi drivers call them Badjao, which are sea people, basically. I don't know if they're all bad Jow or just a combination of poor people from different areas. They come to the city. They'll hang out near ATM machines, banks, ATM machines. They'll hang out near malls where there's a lot of people coming and going. Different areas. You get to know where they're going to be. More people sleeping on the streets, cardboard families, groups of people hanging out outside the ABC Hotel in uptown Cebu City. There was a large group of people sitting and laying down on cardboard, homeless people, asking for money. The other day, they were across the street at a bus stop. And yeah, if you want to give, I guess the best thing to give is for food. I did that years ago. I got some food. I handed it to a group of people, and they were still asking money. And I said, I gave you food. There's a certain point where you can't save the whole world, and you get a little bit frustrated, even annoyed by the demands, I guess. Anyway, interesting thing happened just up above, down the street, a ways down here. There were run into a lady, said hello, and ended up providing her with some charity. I'll let you listen in on that conversation. And you make those kind of decisions. Like I said, this is JY Square Mall. Interesting little mall. Only place I've been able to find Braunschweiger liverwurst years ago. Haven't been able to find any in town since. I occasionally find a can of it on some supermarkets. Not quite the same as Braunschweiger. But yeah, I had a guy comment in the last year, said, I'm not gonna help support your channel because you never give any money to anybody. Well, I do. I provide some charity, but I don't brag about it. I don't do it on my videos. And this was a case where the lady needed, I'm going to let you in on this conversation here. She needed money, a little bit, a couple $100 pesos to pay for NBI, background check, that type of thing. So let's listen in.
My name is Anne and yours is?
Huh?
My name is Anne and yours is?
Rod.
Hi Rod. I'm sorry to bother you. Are you filming?
Yes.
Filming for what?
Just for video, walking around.
Just to take home?
Yeah. What are you selling today?
I am selling a laser pointer, and at the same time I'm needing help because I am trying to complete my requirements for employment. So I hope you can help me out with this. I am selling this so that you would have something to use, a laser pointer, so that yeah, it's working. It's just that you wouldn't be able to see it in the morning because it's very look at the lights there.
No, it's not working.
It's working. Look at the lights over there.
Huh?
Look at the lights. It's just that it's low battery, and at the same time it's very, it's daylight. So you're gonna be.
Anyway, I turned off my camera there and I talked to her a while. I asked her quite a few questions, and she had answers. If she was a scammer, I was pretty sure she wouldn't have answers to some of the questions I asked her. And she had some documents, had all they looked legit, had her name, her birth date. Like I said, I asked her quite a few questions because I'm skeptical. I've had so many people, even back in the U.S., claiming certain things, and I ask them questions, and they stammer and they can't they can't answer simple little questions. So I know they're trying to scam me. And anyway, I gave her. She was asking me. She wanted to sell me a laser pen for 100 pesos, and I don't need a laser pen. I've got a couple of them, and I don't need any more. And that one was needed a new battery anyway. But I think I gave her. She needed like 300. I think I gave her 400 pesos, less than $8. and hopefully that helped her get her job and be on her way. Anyway, yeah, you find a lot more people asking money, and you know, it's you wish you could save the world. You got to know what your budget is, help the people you can, family first, and whatever else you can do. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what kind of giving and charity is your experience, especially here in the Philippines. How do you deal with the poor people out there asking for money up and down the streets as you live here or back in your country? You know, I need even in Phoenix, Arizona, I used to have coffee with a friend at a Denny's in Phoenix, and got to know a guy and his family and the daughter, and yeah, this particular guy and his wife were drug addicts, and yet they would get their government assistance, but they would be out there standing. They would use their government assistance checks to buy drugs, and then they would stand out on the corner and beg for money out on the exit ramps, on-ramps. And eventually the city, the city, took the one or two kids that they had, took them away, put them in foster homes or something. But yeah, they were just addicted, and would go beg for money, you know, and I hate to support the druggies. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you in the next video. Safe travels.